true. If I had been, we started at 18. When me and Pimp, we were 18 when we signed our deal. We were young.
Which is the age that most cats are when they're graduating from college. So they've already
high school.
High school. So they've already lived it.
18 high school. What college you going? You Doogie Howser this motherfucker?
Wait, hold up. You don't graduate when you're 16?
Nah.
18, all right. But you've already ended a chapter of your life in a sense.
Right, and you're moving on to the next chapter. And then, like I said, some of the shit you haven't even, like for example, when you're 16, you can't tell anybody about, certain shit about, when you get older. You don't know. You can only talk about the shit you know. It's easy for me to sit back and seem wise than a motherfucker now.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back and talk to 18-year-old me that was smoking fry and drinking E&J and shit and dirt weed and getting into fights and shit. I used to be, this is the new Bun B. Luckily a lot of shit I did was done before the information age. So
And don't you feel very lucky that you made it to this point?
I can't believe, let me tell you something. There would have been no second album for UGK if everything we did when we were 18 and 19 was out there for the world to see. I'd definitely be in prison or something. It just would not be good for me right now. So for these kids to actually try to aspire, like I couldn't imagine, like you're 16 years old, you're projected to be a millionaire before you're 18, and you're going through puberty and growing up, becoming a man, dealing with all these fucking emotions live on screen.
Yeah. And on Twitter.
I'm just all of that. That's what I mean. All of that's live on screen for people. You know what I'm saying? So situations that you could handle at home and deal with, try to work through psychologically, internally. You have to deal with that shit on a public level.
Yeah, it's true.
That shit ain't no. And then
it's not, in a sense, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair,
especially in a field like hip hop, which is built off machismo, is built off egos,
aggression,
and shit like
conflict,
I'm not. So you give a kid put a kid in a situation where normally a person's like, yo, I'm the man. I'm the man. Well, he's not even a man, much less the man. But that's the position he's in. That's the shoes he got to fit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's not easy. I'd have fucked somebody up out here, man. I'm being all the way real. If I'd have been under that kind of pressure back then, and I had guns and shit like crazy back then, so I would have really fucked somebody up, off, and over. In that order.
So in a sense, you're commending these young cats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
for going
knock
through
them.
the shit that they're going through.
I don't knock them. They come from a much worse family structure than a lot of us came from.
Definitely, much worse.
You know what I'm saying? There is no, for a lot of these kids, there's no OG. There's no uncle. There's no big brothers.
There's no guidelines. Right.
And some of these kids can still make it. Like, I commend that shit. And like, all right, we're not going to concentrate on all the bad shit, my nigga. I need you to understand how good you've been.
Right.
You're a good kid. You've done good things. We need to congratulate you.
You've been able to stay focused as much as it's hard to focus
I can't congratulate you on you in general, on all that shit. I'm congratulating you on the good shit you've done. Now, let me explain to you the bad shit you've done and how to keep motherfuckers out your business. Because the only time doing bad shit becomes a problem when other people see it and know about it, and you have to explain your actions.
Right.
So that's my whole thing. Like, yo, you need to know how to do this shit, my nigga. Don't let the fact that you have Instagram to take a picture to show, that don't mean you got to.
Right.
Just because you can't tell everybody how you feel and you don't like so and so, that's not that's not how we do this. The rules don't change just because society changes.
Right.
You got to carry yourself and handle yourself a certain way.
Twitter done gave a lot of fuck niggas a voice, though. I can't say that,
That's
though.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's a lot of... Twitter is an avenue for niggas that would normally get their ass whooped on site.
Right.
The ability to feel like the big man.
The internet in general.
Right, definitely. And that's an issue.
Look at what I went through with Byron. Yeah. I've regretted that. I still feel bad because I'm a G. You get no points for getting that lames. You get no points for that. You get no points when 5 niggas jump somebody that any one of y'all could have whooped.
Exactly.
Right. Definitely.
That kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's nobody, and here's the other thing. The dudes that are in the hood, they use these niggas for crash test dummies. Like, I keep trying to figure out who is giving these little niggas guns.
Right.
Like nobody. Like that's my thing. Who's giving these little niggas guns?
Somebody's giving it to them.
They giving it to them. They can't go anywhere and buy that shit. That's a wrap. So unless they doing like crash and grabs, unless that's them, and that's not a lot of dudes. That's maybe. That might be one young cat or two young cats going at it or doing it for them. If they doing it, they probably doing it for somebody else.
Right.
They told them, go in there, get all the guns, my nigga. I'm going to give you a 380. I'm going to give you a 9. Y'all bring me the pumps and the semis and all that shit. Like, who's giving these little niggas the guns?
It's so many guns.
Because if they get the guns, they can get the money. They get the money and get the drugs. They can do all the other dumb shit. So who's giving them the guns?
Despot, who's giving them the guns?
I don't know.
My nigga, Indiana, it's so easy to get a gun. All you got to be is 18 with an ID. You can walk in the store.
But it's 15-year-old niggas with guns. Who's giving these niggas the guns?
18-year-old homie going
you really
in
think
and get that
they're
shit.
getting them for free?
Huh? No, they're not getting them for free.
Not getting them for
but they're
free.
getting them
The
really
problem
easy.
is
They're
that
getting them easy.
Here's my thing. Like I'm going, and then they're not getting clean guns.
Nah, not at all.
They not getting every gun they're getting got work on them.
That's not always true because you got. There's definitely a lot of kids in New York who are like kids I went to school with and shit.
Right.
Caught gun charges and stuff. Who would just go to the gun shows, buy a whole bunch of shit, drive it up here, sell it for relatively cheap. And
I got 2 gun charges, and I know every time that I acquired a dirty pistol, it was from one of the homies.
Right. So underage kids are getting guns from gun shows or were? I'm talking about underage kids. I'm talking about 14, because that's who's shooting motherfuckers right now.
I think Gibbs 14, just said it, though.
15, 16.
The little homies are getting it.
When we was putting guns in our lockers in school, it was from one of the older homies, one of the bigger homies in the set. We'd be like, nigga, we need a gun. We fighting at school. You know what I mean? Niggas is jumping up.
So what happens is that nigga give you the gun, the dirty gun.
Correct, the dirty gun.
He probably got a clean gun at the house.
Definitely. He give you the dirty gun to throw away, the 38 with the tape on it.
You come to my house and you want some sneakers. I'm going to give you a nice pair of sneakers, but you're not going to get a new pair of sneakers. You're not going to get my best sneakers.
Exactly.
You're not going to get the shoe that when I put on shut everybody down. Right. I'm going to give you some threes, but they're not going to be 2012. It may be from the 08 threes. Right. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what they call that? They call that guns for tots.
So you know what? So what do we do, man? Like
that might be the first thing you said I didn't like.
What do we do, Bun? Like what do we do at this point? What do we do?
Look, this country is upside down.
It's upside down.
If you looked at the debates, you see that neither candidate wanted to get into gun talk.
No.
Neither one of them want to get into gun talk.
None of them want to talk about this prison problem.
If you look at every other issue in America, Democrats and Republicans are on one side or the other.
Right.
The only issue where that's not an issue is gun control.
I mean, really, it's too late to control guns in America. Like, I just came back from Europe. It's no guns.
No guns.
It's not allowed. And, the only way you can control it is if you outlaw it, I think. You know what I mean? And it's too many guns on the street. Not that you can't still get them, but they're not easy to get. Yeah, not as easy to get. You got to outlaw. You got to take away the gun store. You got to take away the legal action.
And that's not happening anytime soon.
That's not happening. Not with NRA and all that shit in America.
That's not happening.
I got a friend from Gumball. He lives in Turkey. He ran for Senate in Turkey. And, they're always fighting on the border in Turkey. And we were just talking about guns in general. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's the problem. Some of these cats out here don't need a gun. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's the problem. Too many people got guns. Some people out here don't really need a gun. He's like, my man, nobody needs a gun. Like, nobody should have a gun. Period. Police, criminals, good people, nobody. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, I don't want to be around no guns, B.
I got guns because I fear other people have guns. Right. That's the only reason. If I knew it was
most people carry guns to protect themselves from other people with guns.
Yeah, correct.
Red, you had an action-packed version of the show this week.
Yes,
tell us about it.
Man, this was a wild show, man. I couldn't control it, and I wouldn't want to control it. Different conversations. We went deep. We went surface.
Pause.
I mean, this was a good show. You know what? I don't know what the response is going to be.
There's
but
a double gender.
I enjoyed this show. Like I enjoyed the conversation we had, and the people that were here. Man. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to invite Despot and Freddie Gibbs back. Because, I definitely want to go into, some more questions with regard to their career.
That means you don't want to invite me back.
No.
That means you've been on.
No.
It's actually, he didn't invite me. That's the whole point.
The fact that I'm happy that you're here fucked up my whole program. But it's a Bun B show today. And I love that it's a Bun B show whenever you come into it.
That's what's up.
True. Oh wait, we need to make a PSA.
I wasn't going to say it, but since you said it, yeah, it's basically when I'm in town,
it's the Bun B show.
To the Bun B show.
We need to make a PSA. Internet's Despot. Am I saying it right? Despot?
That's it.
He did not murk anybody.